Hello and welcome back to episode 10 of the second season of the Savage Lands. My friends, Brightness Portals is finally brimming with life. With the last season, we finally got a heavy influx of helping hands, so our fortress is finally working on out as intended. So for today, my plans are pretty simple. I want to stack up harder on my military force. We have right now 4 people geared up, somewhat geared up, and in the meantime we're cranking out steel as fast as possible. There's still a lot of work to be done, especially the fact that we got so much hauling to do and so few hands available is turning out to be a much bigger issue than I originally thought. So for starters, I want to get my city core a little bit polished up because my happiness numbers are nowhere near where I want them to be. We have not too many really happy people. Only 2 people of Brightness Portals are really feeling happy. A millstone as a family heirloom. How selfish. Would have been a really cool thing. The happiness is not where I want it to be, so that's something that I will work hard on today. But there's also a lot of other things that we got to take care of. For example, I want to procure more metals, and I also want to take a look on the lower levels of the subterranean here with you today. Because there was, we discovered quite a lot of useful things the last few times when we breached below the waters, and I want to illustrate a few of my plans here. But first, let's assign the engraving of those temples, and most importantly, or the smoothing of these temples. The engraving of this temple here is going to happen now. Hopefully it will. Let's see how many engravers Brightness Portals already employs. I think I went with my typical amount, 2. No, I have this on everybody does this. This is a catastrophe. Absolutely unacceptable. Stop it, right there. I'm going to assign... Ooh, well... One person is a little bit low. But, well, let's keep it with 1 person for now. I think that's going to be... It's going to be a slow poke, but whatever. It ain't the most important task in the world, after all. So, we got a nice city core in the making here, so we don't need to worry too much about fresh migrants coming on in, because we really got everything prepared. So that's a home for 40 people, home for 50, 60 people. So we can take 18 migrants more, and if the need arises, I just need to put up more stuff down there, and we're good to go. Quite happy with all the preparations that have been made while we were waiting for people, basically. Because I don't know if that was the normal amount of time. It felt like an eternity this time. I felt like my plans were way beyond my population for such a long time. And it really feels good to have now 40 people. I mean, 40 people are not much, you know. When we get to later games, to later game stages, we will have much more than that. But right now, this feels like immense wealth. Anywho, let's see. What's bothering me mostly here is that the logistics in our smelters are so horrible. These dudes, they're hauling the dolomite they need for the steel creation. They haul it from down below there. It's quite ridiculous. Luckily, it seems as if my folks are starting to get the stuff wheelbarrowed quickly enough up here. It seems as if there's slowly a change at hand. We'll see about that. I mean, I do have high hopes that soon we will have much more workforce to begin with. So let's not grow lazy here. Let's crank out more and more charcoal. It's also going to be only a matter of time until we're getting we're getting in trouble with the mayor. There's gonna be a mayor soon. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm going to put the mayor's suite down here at the first city core. Yeah, let's do this. Already preparing this just so I got it off my mind, you know. Okay, so let's see how the walled kingdoms are looking like. Ugh. So what are the work orders saying? There's everything where there's steel in the work order is empty. So let's check out what'll happen. Now this is looking actually quite good. We just seem to have not enough shields. Interesting. Didn't I assign shields? What happened? Whatever, we're going to make a new work order for steel shields. Oh, now I remember what has happened. I didn't want to use my valuable steel for shields. I actually have memory. Wonderful. So I am strongly considering using copper for that material. You could also use wooden shields. Tell you what, we're going to do that. The fun part about shields is that they ultimately all block the same, you know. Wood shield. They all have the same blocking power. They only do different amounts of damage. I'm going to manage to hit the right buttons one time soon, promising. So one thing is pretty good to go for. Let's see, what's the lightest weight weighing material? I think willow is very low weight because, you know, we can go really deep into the optimizing. Yeah, we're using willow logs because, you know, if every shield is blocking equally good, you might as well make your shields out of the lightest available material. Yeah, that's a little bit cheesy, I know, but whatever. These are warriors. They're looking for efficiency. They're looking to be always one step above their competition. I like the idea of that. Okay, so why in the hell is my engraver so lazy? It seems as if he needs a second person right next to him. So we are going to employ... What about that peasant? This peasant is only going to do engraving all day long. Probably that's going to soothe his mind a little bit. So we are going to start and dig out the trenches for the next layer of apartments already. Because I really want to make sure that Brightness Portals is ready for the armies to come. My plan for this fortress is going to be quite unique. In my usual playstyle, I never have too many soldiers. Here, I want to have at least 4 fully armed squads, better 5. I don't know, I just want to go as crazy as possible with the amount of warriordom here, so let's see. Do this, if I remember correctly, that peasant, yeah, he's just one super sad dwarf. Only because he was attacked once. He's prone to hatreds, often develops negative feelings. Yeah. She's just one of these people, you know. I foresee a abrupt and violent ending for her life, but we'll see about that. Maybe she'll find peace in engraving. But I actually noticed that... well, no. Now that I think more closely about it, you, Vutok, from all people, you're not going to pick up that job. The mechanic shall take the job. It's simple. I don't want anybody who's probably ending imprisoned or killed by the local militia, because he's just throwing one tantrum too much, being my most talented person that is doing the engravings. Need to take care of stuff dying in my fortress better. Yeah, here the same thing. So, since that's happening, I need to double check on my pasture. That means migrants have brought animals that were not properly zoned here, where they can have food. You silly old puppies. Speaking about puppies, my god, do we have many dogs. Jeez. I mean, are they by now all gilded? No. Jeez. Alright, good thing that I looked. I mean, I don't want to butcher them all. I want to have them as part of my army. It's going to be such a fun thing to have such an army of war dogs. But we need to make sure that the numbers don't escalate. So a farmer guild has been established. I'm shocked. Why farmers? Nah, jokes aside, it's fine. Let's make sure that we're going to establish their guild hall ASAP. So I'm going to keep the amount of apartments here at this level. I'm not going to put any further apartments onto this level of the fortress because I think it's totally enough. So instead, we are going to go and establish some social areas here. Do I actually already have a proper hospital here? The easiest way to look is at the places. So, I can't remember setting up proper hospital here yet. Nah, we don't have that one. So since we want to be combat-oriented, and since we've just breached the 50 people mark with the new wave of migrants, that's one next thing that I wanted to take care of, that we got ourselves some hospital going. Can't be establishing that too early, really, because basically it's just that good, you know? It's just that good. Okay, so let's give those farmers the guild hall they were craving for. So, guild hall, farmers. I wish the already formed guilds would be on top of the list. That would be so much more intuitive, you know. Oh, it's such a pain to search that always. I personally really hate that. Okay, so we have a monster slayer who wants to start his career here, but I don't want to do that. The creative tweeting wants their thing established there as well, and I can't say that I am surprised in any way, because you know we have the Fellowship of Ashes already established, so it's only natural that the next organized religion is asking for a temple, you know. Let's leave it like that. So, with all the people, culture moves into Brighton's portals, and culture is, after all, as much of an importance as war. So, we are going to go for a bit of a wider layout here. So, there we go. That's bad. So, the Were Rhino is out here where lots of people are as well. So the first thing we gotta do is we assign a burrow. And I just hope that as many people as possible will make it down here before that thing starts mauling them. Whoever gets now caught outside is a goner. Whoever is being attacked by that thing is no longer part of our city. Period. Okay, so let's make sure that we're monitoring the events now that follow. What is it with the Were Rhinos in this world? So let's see. He's romping towards here, and he's just standing there, chilling. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. That means nobody is in his utmost vicinity to be attacked directly, and the dude has transformed back. Wonderful. So I'm going to assign my military to kill that guy. Or let's see. He has just former members, so let's see if that'll work out. Or if he'll escape before I can catch him. Alright, we got him. So, let's check the battle log. I don't think he got any hits on my people. So, yeah, alright. The warriors of Brightness Portals have brought down the first miserable beast. That was one job well executed. Well done. Who took the killing blow? Let's see who's one of our heroes here. Because seriously, that was a job well done. Alright, so Stordir. This man deserves he deserves the honors. Okay, we're going to pause that burrow, so we're going to have business going on as usual. I'm so relieved that things went down as they did. It also shows me that we totally need some safety here, because if I'd had some cage traps here, we would have had a nice add-on to our collection here. This way we had some thrill, we had some dangerous situation for a moment, but luckily nobody got endangered. Oh boy, I'm so relieved. I wonder if that was the same creature that plagued Bright's Portals once. Golf Cobalt. I think it was. The name sounds so samey, so let me know in the comments section if you were watching the last season too. I'm pretty sure it was the same guy. Now that I think more closely, Lord Consort sounds strangely familiar. Huh, we'll see about that. Maybe I'm going to look up the episode myself later. So, let's check back on our fortress. The crisis on the surface has been averted. The were creature had no access to our premises, which is by all means a very, 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 very good end for what has happened. I might want to add in one more very, because a were creature is contagious. If this guy would have bitten a single person or wounded the skin in any way, that person would have been doomed to transform into the same malignant creature like him or herself. So we averted that by striking him down when he transformed himself back into his human form, and that ends the curse of this guy. I'm so freaking relieved. I'm going to put a bit of a statuary into that because, you know, I love to have culture reflecting the events of the fortress, actually, and therefore we got to do something about that. So the Pristine Company, the Farmer Guild, didn't I already... Yes, I just forgot to accept the request. Good. So, let's see. Today we're doing a lot more city building than I thought. Let's put up church here. I like this. We're starting to get some color into this place here, if we really want to call these things colors, but it's better than before, that's for sure. So another door goes here, and we can put down some andesite flooring here as well. And then what I really, really want to do before it escapes my attention span again are those cage traps on the surface, because these are really, 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 really important stuff, you know? Like I said, this whole situation that we had just a moment before could have been much less of a threat if we just had some cage traps installed here in place. There we go. Making sure that nobody can cross this border without getting trapped. So, let's chop some trees, and probably we're going to finish the lid on this thing today. That would be great. So, why is there a steel helm lying around there? Anybody care to explain? No? Right. You do you. So, let's see. Oh yeah, the shield doesn't go in because the game is considering metal the only eligible choice, so we have to change that. Just realized that. If I want to use wooden shields, I have to allow them to use wooden shields. All right, so far so good. We got ourselves a squad of people that are doing their stuff quite well, and we just struck down the first menace of our saga, you know? Because I'm pretty sure it's the same dude. It's that were rhino that killed the hero, which killed the dragon. You know, that guy who soloed that freaking dragon from Golf Cobalt got killed by a were rhino. I think we avenged that hero. That's brilliant. I also do notice that I don't pay enough attention to dying stuff in my fortress. I really need to do better. Because I don't need that spreading miasma, you know? This is an avoidable thing after all. Alrighty, so another of our war dogs has given birth. So, yeah, it's another male dog. So let's make sure he's not going to do his thing anymore. Okay, wonderful. So, let's get back to the smithies and check on our steel stockpiles for a second before I go into city building yet again. So the jobs here are actually getting done in a good and decent amount of time. So let's check back. We got 14 steel bars, and we got a decent amount of hematite lying around here. So I'm going to smelt down that hematite next. And you know what? We're also going to smelt down magnetite at the same time. We got now 52 people doing work for us. We can easily bring up more charcoal, so it would be silly not to keep going at this point, you know. Steel production is a pretty slow and painful process, but I want to have at least one elite squad geared out. Although I'm strongly considering, if my smelters go fast enough, to actually start going for a ironclad squad in between, so we get a faster military up and running that could raid those filthy gobs down there. Just an idea of mine. But overall, Shin Mistim is rising to its glory. We're getting there. Today, it's really important that we do care about the infrastructure of the city, you know, the flooring and all those things. An alert? Snatchers. Alright, snatchers are something we need to take care of. Unless they manage to get caught in cells. Alright, good job. That's why I got my traps as I have them, you know? Good. So turns out the goblins have beaten themselves by taking the wrong way. Alright. And the Creed of Tweeding and all these places need their honors. So the temple over here was asking for the recognition way earlier. So the Shrine of Funerals is only at a value of 1,000. So let's see. They are worshiping Vukar there. Do I have anything? Bim Earngloves here. That one. We can use that one. Bim Earngloves is belongs to the pantheon of Vukar. So we can slap down a statue of Bim Earngloves. But I'm afraid that this might be not enough. Still want to try. Okay, so the engraving work is, sadly, due to the fact that we don't have experienced engravers, a painstakingly slow process. So we're going to assign, let's see, I have assigned a obsidian statue. Yeah, that's very fitting for our Lord and anti-savior Vukar. So what kind of materials do I have available? I have crap tons of gold. So let's make a gold statue or two. In this scenario, I'll just make one, because I want to have another dedicated to Vukar. There we go. Just to make sure that this place down there is definitely getting its honors. So, let's see. I need some flooring in these other temples as well, so they don't look as crap anymore. So the rhyolite blocks, let's see, how many of them do we have at this point? Why am I looking at it like this? None. Damn. That's disappointing. Oh no. We do have some rhyolite though. Alright, the blocks are there. Maybe I was doing something wrong. Let's check back with that. So here we go. Another alert, but this time it's one of the pleasant alerts. Our outpost liaison has arrived, so let's see what we can trade here today. I'm not really sure, because honestly, yeah, well, our gem bin has an official value of 8,000 bucks, so it seems as if we successfully procured a nice amount of stuff here. That's at least some good news. But our haulers haven't hauled anything back from that depot yet. That's quite shocking. So I'm not going to order anything from the mountain homes today, because, you know, obviously my workers were still not done with the first haul, so why the hell should I bother? We're going to go and help ourselves here in Sofar, as we're going to put up a stockpile zone for all the fabrics, and put up some extra bays for more workshops, because ultimately we're going to need them. Something like that. Good. So let's see, is this place now recognizable? Yeah, well, almost. So we're going to put down the... That's not the statue that I want to have. Statat is not the god that I was asking for. Guess they're still holding that piece. Gold statue of Vukar. Damn. So, phantom buried. A basalt slab. Huh. Interesting. This might be actually containing the true name of some sort of creature, you know? No, I don't want to put up a traction bench here. So the religion of the dwarves of the Towers of Age really always keeps shocking me. Their religious beliefs are so nihilistic, it sometimes surprises me that they are behaving like normal dwarves in every other regard. I am totally expecting necromancers constantly coming around the corner or stuff like that. But as a matter of fact, the dwarves of the Towers of Age are not inclined towards necromancy or any other dark arts, which really fascinates me given their preferences. But you know, whatever might be the reason, maybe we will find it out one day. I mean, technically, there's always a reasoning behind every decision inside this game. There's almost nothing really only randomly happening. So, speaking about all of that, let's do the trading. And as usual, I don't know why it is so, it's yet another episode where we just finish off the episode with the trader's arrival. It turns into a regular ritual, but whatever might be the case, I'm going to do here one thing. I want to dump all that stuff. It's been lying around here since ages. So, my good friends, I'm going to do that trade behind the scenes, because, you know, it's always a lot easier to get that stuff done. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I am now suffering from a mayor, so that came quite expected. And yeah, next episode, I hope that we're going to go deeper down the road of soldiering up, you know, The steel production is darn slow, but with every wave of migrants, we also get ever more workers that haul the stuff from one place to another, which will ultimately lead to us having really all we require to get the ball rolling here. So right now I don't want to buy any further fabrics that are not going to get picked up here at any point. Ha, we're doing the trade still during the airtime. So I'm just buying some leaves and fruits and some food. Maybe that yarn because it's useful. So anyways, comments go down below, my good friends, and I hope to see you on the next episode as well. Leave me a thumbs up because it's really, really helpful for the video to be more visible for all the other people. And if you liked this video, check out the playlist link. There is the entire playlist to the Savage Lands saga down there. And of course, consider subscribing. I'd be delighted to have you. Hit the bell thing if you want to stay updated whenever something new hits town. And everything else, you know how it works. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful time. Thanks yet again for hanging around and watching this video. It truly means more than you might think. And see you there. Bye-bye.